Hello, good evening. It's High Priestess Shamilla, and I'm going to be doing a movie review on the new movie called The Reading by, I guess, starring Monique. And the review that I'm going to give is going to be a spoiler alert. So you may not want to watch this until you actually watch the movie. The movie is available on BET Plus. Okay, so if you have like a smart TV or Roku or I guess a computer or whatever, you can actually get a subscription. And they'll give you a free trial too. So for BET Plus, because I didn't have it prior to this movie. And anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about the movie and to give my honest opinion of the movie. Um, I want to start off by talking about Monique and how I loved Monique in The Parkers. And then she was in another couple of movies that I saw that I really enjoyed. And I'm going to be honest with you. When you're speaking in terms of movies, it's a good movie. Okay. So it would be worth a watch. My problem is that the person playing in the movie is Monique. And it's not that I have anything against Monique. Okay, I want to say that. It's just that this is the second movie. She was in Shadow Boxer. Her role that she played in Shadow Boxer was pretty good, but the past couple of movies that I've seen Monique in, I feel that they are beneath her. And I hate to be so critical of her, okay, because, she's had some issues in Hollywood or whatever. But so okay, so let's talk about the movie The Reading. So obviously, the movie is about a psychic medium. The movie it actually has a team of psychic mediums to where, they communicate with the dead. So at the beginning of the movie, Monique's family gets killed. Everybody in the family gets murdered in their home, okay, with an exception of her. She's the only survivor, okay? This starts within the first several minutes of the movie. So the movie, if you are squeamish, probably don't want to watch it, but it was very traumatizing from the beginning to the end. And I like horror movies. I actually watch horror movies as well as violent movies all the time. Now, I had gotten a really, really bad taste in my mouth for Monique as an actress when she did Precious. I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna give Precious 1 out of 5 popcorn bags. I did not like Precious. I didn't. I just didn't like the movie. It actually made me feel sick inside. It was sickening. Okay, I didn't like it. And again, Monique is such a to me, Monique is a powerful actress, which is why she won an Oscar for that movie. Now, y'all know how when it comes to black folk and how they say that, you know, when it comes to black people and the roles that they take in movies in Hollywood. To me, I feel that that is still pretty much there in my psyche as far as the types of movies are the roles that we play. Okay. So that's just like we don't always want to see a black man in a movie being a thug, and we don't always want to see a black woman in a movie just being the typical, right. I don't want to see that. However, if it's a movie where a black person is playing a bad guy, I don't mind that. Like, I don't think that black people should have to, limit themselves to what roles that they should take in movies. Okay. As far as with Hollywood, I'm not saying that, but for some reason with Monique in particular, I do have my own opinion of this, but I don't know where this is coming into my consciousness when it comes to her. But like for some reason, it bothers me seeing her play these types of roles. So this is where I'm going to get to the spoiler. So in the movie, Monique, okay, and I'm sorry, this is kind of an unprofessional kind of talk because, um, let me find my remote so I can pause my television so that you guys won't hear background noise. Um, so in the movie, it starts out with the family being murdered. And it was a very, very violent scene. It was a very, very violent, bloody, just traumatizing. She had three children, I believe. Pretty sure it was three children. They showed them murdering all three of the children. And the way the movie made it look like is that it made it look like there were intruders. Well, come to find out, Monique herself had murdered her husband and her children. Okay. Now that's the spoiler. So I warned y'all. Okay. I think the movie is still going to be equally as good if you haven't seen it and then you watch it. My my issue with it is that I don't feel that these roles match Monique at all. And when I see her playing these types of characters, it makes me feel like she's lowering herself because I feel like she could do better. I hate to, because I know that she was saying that she was having a hard time. I guess she was having a hard time finding employment in Hollywood or being, booked for jobs or whatever. And she was blaming Tyler Perry and Oprah on this. And so, I don't, I watched maybe a couple of minutes literally of her talking about this because I feel that, she was playing victim way too much that whole time. And that, it's kind of like, I don't like the whole victim powerless role. I really don't. I'm not into it. I feel like everybody has the power to change their situation. I do. Okay. Unless you're handicapped, but even handicapped people change their lives. So I kind of, I didn't really feel sorry for her because of that. But in all fairness, I didn't really look at it. But I feel that she can play better roles in movies than this if she really, really applied herself. I hate to be critical because in this movie, she is a different character than in Precious, but she's like literally a psychopath. Like in the movie, she is running around in a dress with a knife and a gun. And it just, I look at her like, what are you doing? Right? And so one of the movies that I saw with Monique, she played an overweight woman who went to Africa and found an African prince that fell in love with her, and she like basically turned into a princess or a queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when you see her playing these roles, it was really, it bothered me. So the movie itself was pretty good. It's not that they casted a black woman in this movie, it's her. I am disturbed by her playing these roles in these movies. And it just, I don't know why, specifically with her, it was kind of upsetting. It kept me up all night. I kind of sort of had nightmares, I think it adds to the stigmatization of Black women as well as mothers, because in the last couple of movies that she's played as a mother, she has, like, well, in Precious, she basically killed her daughter's spirit in there. But then in this movie, she literally murdered all three of her children. And I'm sitting here like, what is this? Like, I get deeply disturbed by movies where it's like parents harming their children. You don't see too many movies like that come out either. Like, these are movies that are almost like they're going to be very disturbing to the spirit anyway. Okay. Because I think the last movie that I watched like that was called Baby Blues. And, in this movie, this woman like starts murdering her children. If you guys ever seen Baby Blues. So those types of movies are very disturbing. And then there was another movie that was made. There was another movie that was made that basically it was like a true story of a mother that lost her mind and she started prostituting her daughters, and she was basically torturing all of her kids. And so movies like that really, really, really disturb my spirit. Maybe it's because of my deep, deep, deep seated, fears of, I don't know, like it just, the movie is very disturbing. So there was two guys and two girls. There was actually three women. One of them was supposed to be her friend. She was one of the first girls that or women in the movie that Monique murdered in the movie. And so when the part that was particularly disturbing was when she murdered the other Black girl, when she murdered her. And just the whole thing, it was just like, what is this? It's almost like, can you imagine Oprah Winfrey playing that role in a movie? I mean, I understand that probably Monique just needed a job. She's an actress. She might not want to end up working at McDonald's or whatever, or Hardee's or something, flipping burgers. But I'm disappointed in where her career went. And it's specifically because it's her. I think that if they would have casted another Black woman to play that role, and by the way, she had a white husband in the movie. I don't know why they threw that in. She's a Black woman with a white husband and three Black kids. None of those kids were mixed. They made sure that we knew that those kids were not mixed, but I think in the movie she had been married to this man for years. So we can only assume that those were his children. They didn't really get into all of that. It just, I don't know. I would say that I'm going to give this movie 2 out of 5 popcorn bags. And it's really because of the other actors and actresses. One aspect of it that I did really, really enjoy was the actual reading itself. The medium in the movie pretty much, and it's very interesting because I think that people that are like psychics and mediums, I think that there's a select few that actually believe in what they're doing, like me, because I'm a psychic medium. I know for a fact that I'm not a nutcase, okay, even though some people would say that I am. But when it's a spirit, it's a spirit, and it just is what it is. I've been experiencing it since I was a small child, okay? And it's not been anything that's caused me to climb up the walls or end up in a mental institution or anything like that. I never, ever, ever like it's something that I don't know. From the beginning, my aunt, she helped me out. Like when things get really, really rough, like in real life, like I contact my auntie. She's still alive, by the way. I'm not talking about spiritual contact. Like my aunt, I contact her, and for some reason, it just I don't know what it is. She just it's like it cleanses my soul. I don't know what it is, but anyway. So in the movie, the most interesting parts of the movie was, and this is based upon a book, okay? The most interesting part of the movie is when the girl is doing the actual reading itself. And so I think that perhaps the character, because it was one of those kind of abstract type of movies to where you had to sometimes make up your own mind. But I believe that the reason why Monique snapped in the movie is because she realized that the actual medium was an actual real psychic. And so she drowned one of her daughters. She, I believe, strangled the other one. But while she's doing the reading, the lady's face changes. It like literally changes. And I believe that the reason why Monique snapped is because she knew that that person the person doing the reading could see that she was the one that was responsible. And I think that she felt like, because when she was doing the reading, one of her daughters came, like the children kept coming through this lady, and they were saying things to her that she couldn't have possibly have known about her family, certain things. And so it was even one point in the movie where she is channeling the daughter that drowned in the tub, and like the water starts coming out of her mouth. And I think that's pretty much why the character in the movie snapped and decided that she had to do away with these people, because um it's really interesting. I believe that Monique did a good job. I'm not saying that she didn't do a good job. I'm not saying that, but I would like to see her do something else. This is the last couple of movies, and I don't mean to be critical of her. I'm not trying to be overly critical. I feel like she could do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can see obviously that a lot of people obviously enjoyed the movie. From what I could see of the reviews, Monique has a lot of supporters, and I'm one of her supporters. I absolutely love her spirit. I love her personality, but I believe that she is stigmatizing herself with these roles that she's playing, and she's playing them way too well. Because in the movie, in the reading, she actually is acting within the movie. So she has to act as though, and she is good because Monique is a good actress. She is good because at the beginning of the movie, it's like her face is brighter, and I understand that they put makeup on it, but the way that she can just shift and be a different person, it's like, whoa. So that's why it bothers me so much, because she is such a good actress, and I do believe that she possibly could have been blackballed in Hollywood. She is, to me, she's up there with Oprah, and as far as acting skills, okay? But in the movie, she plays like a person that is harmed physically, to the point where she can barely move. She moves real slow, and she kind of t- talks like this. But then when her true self comes out, it's like a totally different person. So she's badass when it comes to acting. But man, I don't know, like that's just like when that's just like when Holly Berry played in that one movie. I can't think of the name of it. I'm sorry. with Billy Bob Thornton. Y'all know what movie I'm talking. I don't know why I can't think of the name of that movie. And so there were actually some people that just did not like the fact that she was banging a white dude in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of puts a, but Holly Berry is a very highly accredited actress, and I loved her in that movie called Kidnap. That was a good movie. The last couple of movies that I have seen with Holly Berry in it were amazing. Okay, so but Monique, I feel like is it that she hasn't been given a chance, or is she creating this for herself? Like it just, yeah, Monsters Ball. Thank you, Ziana. Thank you. You need to be like my co-host, Ziana, so you can chime in whenever I don't remember stuff. But yeah, the movie was good. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was disturbing. Movies like that, when there's a, like, I don't know, like the movie The Stepfather was almost kind of comical to me, you know what I'm saying? But movies where you have like a mother murdering children, that already disturbs my spirit already. Okay. But the fact that, because when I was, because you know what, and I kind of knew, so I was like halfway prepared for this, and it was really emotional for some reason. I don't know why. When it comes to Monique, I get in my feelings. I don't know why. What the deal is with Monique? I don't know. Anyway, so before I watched it, I said, self, before I watch this movie, okay, I want to like just get myself prepared for it, because the last time I saw her, I hope that she doesn't disappoint me. And it wasn't her acting that disappointed me. It wasn't, because she was badass. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I do too. Gothica was a very good movie. That was, and Penelope Cruz did a very good job in Gothica too. Yeah, but Holly Berry was amazing. You like that movie? I didn't like Precious. I didn't like Precious. I like what it did for what was her name? Gloria Sidibe. Can't think of her name. I like what it did for her career. And I like, the opportunity that they were given, but that movie within itself, it I could have went without watching it. And I've only literally watched it because when I like a movie, I will watch it like 10 times, 20 times. Okay. Just I'll play it in the background. With that movie, Precious, I watched it once and I was just like, oh, I don't need to look at this again. Cause it's just, I don't know. Like it kind of, it made my skin crawl. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yuck. Yeah, she was in that. She played the mother. Again, she played another role of this horrifying bad mother. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna give the movie the reading 2 out of 5 popcorn bags. For me, when I look at movies though, when I look at movies, I see like all sorts of deeper meanings. And I kind of feel that this movie, because for some reason it made me think of abortion. It did. It made me think of abortion for some reason. Not that I'm comparing the two, not at all. I'm not comparing the two. It's not really a comparison, but I kind of think that it was meant to sort of make you think of that, especially when it comes to the Black community, and the rate of abortions and stuff in the Black community, and how it's marketed towards Blacks. And I don't know, it just is all about death. And she was really, really sick and sociopathic in that movie. In fact, I'm gonna give y'all another spoiler alert. When she was killing the Black girl, she kept telling her to let go, let go, let go, let go. Like, I was just at that point, because y'all know I'm a sensitive, right? I am gonna watch that. Somebody was telling me that I need to get into that, and I am gonna get into that. I am. But you know what? Ever since, I used to love like those doomsday movies and stuff. I really enjoyed this one movie called Greenfield. Ever since the pandemic, I kind of been turned off a little bit from movies and shows like that because it's kind of too close for comfort for me, especially with what we got going on. That's just like I like zombie movies. I think the last zombie movie that I really enjoyed was the one with Ving Rhames in it. Um, but I couldn't get into The Walking Dead. I couldn't get into it. But anyway, it was, I don't know, because it seemed like we were watching the mind of a killer. And I think that it really, because Monique, she has the ability to draw you into the role that she's playing. She is that good to me. Every single movie that I've seen her in, it literally feels that way. Okay. And so it kind of was disturbing in a sense to where it kind of it was a little depressing. The reason why she did it was because of money. And then also she killed her children because she didn't want to be a single mom. That is what made me think of abortion. And the stigmas behind being a single mother are definitely there. Yes, they are. And I didn't even realize that there was so much stigma behind that until I got into social media, but I don't care what nobody say. I don't allow people to bully me. I am an empath, and that's one of the people think that empaths are weak. Empaths are not weak. We will hold up a mirror literally spiritually and vibrationally to people. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I would never ever 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 let any, person make me feel some type of way about being a single mom when I was a single mom. I would not ever, ever, ever allow somebody to make me feel bad about being a single mom. Because you know what? If you're a single mom, essentially you are a hero, especially if you had to do what you had to do for the betterment of your family. Okay. I feel like if you love a man enough, I feel like you can put yourself in a position to where you will stick by him. But I'm sorry, it is not up to any woman to save a grown man. So you got to put them children first, especially if you got, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's literally how I feel about that. Okay. Because I feel like a man is supposed to be a man. Men have issues or whatever sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, so I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Especially being that everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, and it's not on the news, y'all are not going to see in the news how many femicides that actually happen. You'll find it on YouTube, people reporting it, but you're not going to find it in your local news. They're not going to tell you everything and it's very, very heavily saturated, very heavily saturated. Yeah, I heard that The Last of Us is good, and I think I'm gonna start watching it tonight. But I kind of was in the mood to watch True Blood tonight because that True Blood is very nostalgic for me. So especially season 4, and so I kind of wanted to feel a little bit better because I'm not even gonna lie to you, it actually like it bothered me, but it is one of unlike Precious, I wouldn't mind seeing it again because of it was a good movie. It really was. But as far as like I felt like like I said, the movie is based upon a book, which a lot of times, because I read books, believe it or not, you know what I'm saying, in my spare time when I have time to read a book, a lot of times all I have time for is an audiobook. So I wouldn't mind listening to the audiobook to kind of see if the movie is different from the book because I've never read the book. Um, I think it was based upon a book. Don't quote me on that because it's kind of a little bit of a blur, but I don't know. I felt like I would have rather it had been something different, like her contacting, her children and it not being because she had killed her whole family. Sometimes I think that they are creating roles for Monique, and I don't like that because I think that she's such a good actress that she can't help but to do a good job. She just can't help it. But it's kind of like, why do they keep doing this woman this way? Like I don't know. But it was entertaining. It was entertaining. Hmm. Yeah, I think I am gonna watch it. I think I am gonna start watching it tonight. And I'm kind of tired actually. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was terrifying to me. For some reason, that movie was terrifying to me. And when you see a large black, especially brown skinned black woman, you think of what? To me, it reminds me of Mother Earth. It reminds me of Mother Gaia. It reminds me of the Dark Goddess, and I think that it's mainly primarily Monique's image that bothers me, seeing her being depicted that way. And it was very different from the other actress that played in that movie. I think it's called Mama. Not Mama with the like the ghost lady that was overprotective over those two little girls. No, the one I'm talking about is the one that was getting drunk with she let the kids get drunk in the basement, and then she went nuts because she was traumatized. I don't know if you ever heard of that one, but her playing that role didn't really bother me because I've seen her in other movies, and she's much more versatile. But then with Monique, it's kind of like I saw her in Shadow Boxer, and it was like, okay, well, she's in Shadow Boxer. I kind of felt like, the role that she played in that one was kind of ratchet. But then when I saw her in Precious, I was just like, oh, heck no. Like, what is Hollywood doing? Is it Hollywood's fault? Like, I would rather go and watch the movie Soul Food. I don't want to see my people depicted that way. Because it just it's bothersome. It really is. It messes with the psyche a little bit, but it is a movie. It's not real. It's just kind of like, yeah. Hmm. I've never seen The Glass Onion. I may have to watch that, but I guess I'm gonna be fair. It just, I don't know, just knowing all of the stuff that she was saying, like after Precious, and Precious factually factually destroyed Monique's career. That movie ruined her career. She won an Oscar, but that movie ruined her career as an actress or an actor. They don't like using the word actress. That movie ruined her career. I don't, and so right after that was when she started having problems getting casted in roles after she did Precious, and then she plays in this movie, and I'm thinking, what are you thinking? Does she not have a movie agent? And I kind of think that it's a lot that Monique has not spoken about, possibly about her. Well, she has spoken about her childhood a little bit, but I think that there's a lot that she hasn't spoken about still. I think it's a lot of details. And then I was also disappointed, with her comedy show that she did when she had, kind of snapped back at what's his name, DL Hewley. I don't know. Like, I feel that she has a lot of anger, and I think that she sort of channels that anger through her movies, and it's just way too real. It's way too real. The way she brings the characters forth in the movies that she's doing. So, I think that sometimes you can be extra good at something, and then like be too extra. Not saying that she's overacting. I definitely don't feel that she overacts in her movies. I just feel that, this is just my personal feelings and thoughts. But as far as like the movie, the whole, pretty good acting in the movie. Pretty good makeup, special effects was awesome. So I would definitely recommend seeing it if you are not squeamish, because it's kind of like, what movie is she gonna be in next? Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Black exploitation better though, yeah. Oh goodness. Oh yeah. I think that, do I feel that it's being done on purpose? Sometimes. I am one of the most loving and caring mothers in the world, and I have people saying that, oh, you're just a and I've had it for years. Oh, you're a horrible mother, and it's like, that's not what my children are going to tell you, and they will fight. They will fight for me tooth and nail. Okay, and it's not because they have Stockholm syndrome. It's because I'm their mom, and I've always protected them, and yeah, or I've done my best to protect them, but um I feel that it's being done on purpose to depict black mothers in that way. Kind of I do. Kind of I do, because mm, I don't know. I don't think that every black mother is violent. I don't think that every black mother cusses her children out. I have never cursed my children out. I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even know what I've never been cursed out by my mother ever. She's never sat back and said, yeah. She's my mother has never verbally abused me. So I don't know what that is. So I can't. Yeah, she is very edgy. She's changed though throughout the years, She's changed a whole lot from her Mrs. Parker days. I want I want Mrs. Parker back. That was in love with, oh boy, I can't remember his name in the movie or in the show. I want her back. Like, I would watch a dozen movies with Monique acting like that. She reminds me a lot of one of my aunts, even looks like her a lot. And so it's kind of like, and I don't know, I really get into movies and stuff. Like, I'd be like, I'd be really, really like into it. Like, I don't just be watching it in the background. Like, I'd be really, really into it, especially a new movie. And so I like to really, really get into the characters and stuff. And it was just like, at the moment, like I am not joking with y'all. Like, at the moment that we find that you find out in the movie, right, that she's actually responsible for what happened, like, jaw dropping. My jaw dropped. I was like, what? Wow. So yeah, so watch at your own risk. Okay. You got to go to BET to find it. I saw one black woman at a grocery store. She had like four children. She told them, "Stop, or I'm going to slap you off." I can tell you that them black mothers, boy, they will, they will, like, but I don't know. I was always a well behaved child. I was initially raised by a black woman who raised me until I was 5. I don't remember her ever hitting me, cursing me out. Maybe she did. You know what I'm saying? But I was always so well behaved. Like, I don't know. I just was always a well behaved child. So I don't know. You know. hmm So anyway, you guys, that is my review. I'm gonna go. Hope y'all enjoy it. You guys can come back and leave me a comment if you do watch it. And, if you have any commentary to add to my commentary about Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I am a weirdo. Sometimes I am kind of weird, but I just maybe it's because of my own experiences just on YouTube being stigmatized. Being stigmatized when I have an excellent relationship with all of my children. And so, that's kind of hurtful. So, anyway, maybe that's why I felt some type of way, or, because I did feel some type of way about that movie Precious. So, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Okay. Just to warn you, I am a spiritualist who goes by the title of witch. Okay. So, I am a witch. So, if you subscribe at your own risk. Okay. I don't do movie reviews on this channel usually, but this one I made an exception for because it involved people doing readings and stuff. So thank you, Christian. Thank you, Ziana and Christian. And I'm gonna get right on The Last of Us. I'm gonna get right on that. But I gotta have me a little bit of coffee. It'll keep me up for at least an hour or two. So I'm gonna have me some coffee and watch a couple of episodes, and I'll come back with a review on that too. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. Blessings. Bye bye.